What's going on, dog fans? And listen, man, this is welcome to Rebound at the Steg, part of the Respect the Hedges family. Listen, we watching the end of this game. Right now, the Dogs are up 61-59. We'll follow along with the end of the game, and then we will give our prognostication, our thoughts, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a win here. We'll see. We'll do a little watch along for the last 4 minutes of the game, which might last about 10 minutes. We know how it goes when it comes to the end of the game, timeouts and things of that nature. Good rebound. All right, let's get a good shot. Silas, you're going to look for your shot, dog. Why are we trying to force the ball to Surreal? Right before Asa got his fourth foul, he had the ball on the block. He was backing him down. He pivots or does a drop step. The guy falls down and he tries to lob it to Surreal instead of just shooting a little baby jump shot. Why are we trying to force the ball to Surreal? Surreal's in there to clean up our missed shots. Right there, Godfrey should have just took the shot. Like, I don't know what's going on right now, dog. Like, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit more, but I just Mike White's definitely our guy. I love what he's doing in Athens, but every coaching staff has flaws, and their flaw is their substitution pattern. It needs work, and it needs work bad. But we'll talk about that a little bit more. Okay, yeah, pressure. Let's rebound. Who that can't be on us. Dog, Blue Cane can't box out to save his life. His last three fouls have been on box out plays. And I think there might be 5 on him. Yep. And he only has 8 points. I blame substitution patterns for that. He was high. He scored those 8 points all in one grouping. You know what I'm saying? It was early in the first half. He had 2 threes and he got a layup. And then they subbed him out because of substitution patterns. And then he came back in and got, his third foul, and then he had to sit for the rest of the half, or that might have been at the beginning of the second half. He never got back in rhythm. It was like, again, we're just subbing just to say we're subbing. I just don't understand that. Like, we try to, while they're taking the time out, we'll just go through it like our bigs. Like, without any foul trouble being a problem, I know now in the last, I guess 5 to 6 minutes, it's been foul trouble, but just throughout the game, we start RJ Godfrey and Asa Newell, and we sub in something to Surreal. Then we sub in Dylan James, I think his name is. And then we, in the second half, we add Absent. And Absent's giving us some great things, but we shouldn't be rotating 5 big guys if the guys aren't tired and they aren't in foul trouble. Like, what are we doing? We just can't be subbing just to be subbing. How is that a foul on Blue Cane? They both had each other, and then when it came time for the rebound, 11 threw him down to his player. Like, what are we doing? While we're waiting on this too, we went through a stretch where RJ Godfrey only had 2 fouls. I guess they took him out either because of, again, our rotational pattern, or maybe he was tired, but he went through a commercial break and then went through about 3 minutes of game time and didn't come back in the game. And he was actually killing that 7-footer down low. I don't understand it. Again, subbing just to say we're subbing, I don't understand that. Like, it's conference play, man. You know what I'm saying? We just lost 2 again, albeit to the number 1 team and the number 6 team in the nation. We lost 2. We need a win, and all conference wins are important. So your rotation as a coach, you watch any team, your rotation shrinks as the games become more important. You cannot have that same rotation that you had when you was playing Buffalo. You can't have the same rotation when you was playing out of conference, because out of conference matters, but not as much as conference. Like, your rotation always shrinks. We should not be playing 10 people every game. We're not that deep. Not when it comes to actual, just because you can get in the game and do a few good things doesn't mean we're that deep. Every team could do that. We shouldn't be playing 10 people. Okay. This lineup, we got LeFew in the game, Montgomery, Silas, RJ, and Asa. Not mad at this. Not mad at this lineup. I'm a uh Montgomery. I know some of y'all may be a little bit ahead of me. I don't know, depending on what area you're in. I'm watching YouTube TV live, so you may be ahead of me. But before he shoots this free throw, Montgomery's missed 2 free throws as it is. He's 3 for 5 tonight. I feel like he's 67%, but he should be a little bit better. Like, Montgomery is an erratic scorer. He's unorthodox. When he is hot, he's streaky. He can give you 20, but when he's not hot, he's a defensive liability. Tonight, he hasn't been helpful for us. So his minutes should have been decreased, but he's played extended minutes tonight. Whereas Ty Lawrence hasn't played a lot of minutes, and Ty Lawrence is good on defense. Again, substitution patterns, man. I don't understand them. Like if Montgomery's not gonna score, why is it Lawrence in the game? I don't get that. Well, I guess, hey, to his defense, he just came up with a steal. All right, let's get the ball out of his hand. I don't like the ball in his hand at half court. Like, RJ. See, that's why when RJ was hot earlier, we shouldn't have been sitting him on the bench, And then Asa Newell went through a extended period of time on the bench. Asa Newell's our guy. We play 40-minute games. He should be playing 32 minutes minimum. Minimum. He should be playing 32 minutes minimum. Unless he's in foul trouble. And again, now he's in foul trouble, but of course he's playing because it's the last 2 minutes of the game. But earlier in the game, he was sitting for an extended period of time, so we could just rotate our normal rotation. Again, why are we doing that? You don't like. It's almost like the NBA. Like, in the NBA, you have substitution patterns where you say, okay, with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, we're gonna make a substitute. We're gonna substitute this guy and this guy. No matter what the game is doing, we're doing that substitution, and I feel like that's how we handle substitutions, and it should not be like that. It's got to be a feel for the game, you know what I mean? And I don't think we have a great feel for the game when it comes to that. Thank you. Thank you. He's not, if Montgomery is not scoring for us, he should not get extended minutes. If he's scoring for us, extended minutes. If he's not, no extended minutes. Like, and then teams press us. So Tennessee was really able to bother us with the press. And we don't get the ball. Like, one way to beat the press, get the ball out quick. It's like we always have to find the guy who's taking the ball out. Shouldn't we know this already while the guy's shooting the free throw? Like, Demery, I like Demery's been more aggressive this game. We need more of that on a consistent basis. Like, I get that he's the facilitator, and that's cool to get everybody started. But every now and then you got to show the defense, hey, I still can score, so that you're a threat. If you're a threat to score, then it makes it better when you're trying to drop off passes as you go to the basket. Oh, that's good. I ain't even seen that yet. Oh, good. Well, we needed that rebound. I'm glad he missed that shot. All right, man. If you just joined us, man, we watching along at the end of the Georgia Arkansas game. It's tied up with a minute and 3 seconds left, 63-63. Arkansas searching for their first conference win, and the Dogs trying to rebound after losing 2 straight. Again, albeit to the number 1 and number 6 teams in the nation. Still, we need a win. They keep saying it's a must win for Arkansas. I actually think it's a must win for the Dogs. Do I think we match up well with Florida this coming Saturday? I do. But Florida's had our number as of late. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just it is what it is. So I think it's a must win for the Dogs too because I think we need to get off of this skid. You know what I'm saying? We're 2-3 in conference. All three losses, actually, all four of our losses have been to top 25 opponents. So it's not bad losses. They're what they call what I'm learning about this quad system, by the way. They're quad one wins, so that's quad one losses. So they're good losses, but we got to get we need more quad one wins than we have losses, and currently we don't. We have three. I think we have three quad one wins, and then we have four quad one losses. So this would be huge for us too, especially going into Saturday. All right, so we'll see what we draw up coming out of the timeout. Like it should be to get Asa Newell the ball. To be honest with you, like I think we should do more of that. Asa Newell again. Asa Newell's our guy. You know, barring foul trouble, and as long as he's on the floor, Asa Newell should be the focus. Like their big guys cannot, play him one on one. And I think he's been looking for a shot more in the second half today. I like that. So I want to see more of that, like just period. Like not just getting like he scores 15 points and leads us per game 15 points. But that's just in the floor of the game. That's not even him hunting his shot. Like today he hunted his shot a little bit in the first half with with some 3-pointers, but I like how he's been playing in the second half, and I think we should we should draw up something to go to him. Again, you guys may be a little ahead of me. I don't know. Oh Jesus, we almost had a careless turnover right there. All right, who we got? All right, that was a bad. Why are you? What are you? That was on you. That was on you, Silas. You threw a lazy pass. He's mad at the dude. Like he's mad at what you mad at LeFew for? You threw a lazy pass. 9 second half turnovers, dog. That was just a careless turnover. Like nobody, that's not even a forced error. Like, why was it a soft pass regardless? Even if he thought he was curling out. Let's say he thought LeFew was gonna run the arc on the cross screen, and then he was gonna curl back out towards him. You still shouldn't have threw the ball that soft. That was a bad pass. And then you jumping up and down like it's not his fault. You threw a soft pass. And see, this is again go back to the substitution pattern because you got to let players get in rhythm, and we just sub so much. It's hard for players to really get in a good rhythm. Like again, I don't think we should be playing 10 people. You know what I'm saying? That was dumb, right? He threw a soft pass, regardless of what he thought LeFew was going to do with it. He thought LeFew was going to curl back out towards him or keep like do a flare screen, like a flare curl and curl away from him. Regardless, it was a bad pass. It was a soft pass. It's like he threw it soft. That should like if you're gonna turn over one thing as a coach, if you're gonna turn it over, let it be a dead ball turnover. Like, do not live ball turn it over and let the guy steal it in bounds. Now, granted, they called a timeout when they got across half court, but yeah, like at one point in this game, we were up 17, and then we just started freely subbing. I was talking to Stat Guy, like when did less than 20 become a comfortable lead where you can just start freely subbing? Like, let's get up 20 first. I'm doing that zone is giving them trouble. I would give them. I would come out in the 1-3-1. Stat Guy said if I'm Mike White, I'll come out in the 1-3-1. I would too. Why is Montgomery on the floor in a time where we need to stop? Somebody please enlighten me. Somebody please enlighten me. Why are we calling it? Well, let them play. I know it's 20. Let them play. Mike White done. Come on, man. At best, we about to go to OT. At best, looks like we're doing a watch along instead of a post game show. uh, They've called a lot of fouls on us, like rebound and like trying to put like box out rebound. Like we got a lot of fouls like that. They called a charge on I want to say it was Blue Kane when their guy was in the half circle. Now somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If you're in the circle under the basket, if you're clearly in the circle, it doesn't even now he didn't establish position, but even if he did, if he was in the circle, uh, shouldn't that be a blocking foul? Again, I may be unclear on the rule, but I thought that was the rule. Official timeout for time clock checking. Yeah. I guess they do that under a minute, so that makes sense. We don't need a 3-point shot. We need a two. We need to get the ball to Asa. What are we doing? We need to get the ball to Asa. Is the 7'4" dude in the game? Oh, get the ball to RJ Godfrey. What are we doing? He's been killing that guy all game. Give the ball to Godfrey. Give the ball to Godfrey. See, this is what I'm saying. You got to have a feel for the game. Like that 7'4" guy for Arkansas has been putty in Godfrey's hand when they go one on one. Why? That's what I'm saying. Like just because Asa, like okay, Asa, we couldn't get the ball to Asa. All right, turn around and get the ball to RJ Godfrey. Let him back him down. The back down and the baby hook, killing 44. Oh gosh, it's tough to watch sometimes, dog. Thank you. Well, we need this. We should go here. Well, I think we should go here, go 1-3-1 so we don't get a foul. Because I got a feeling if we don't go 1-3-1, right? If he makes this, we should go 1-3-1. Because if we don't go 1-3-1, somebody's not going to be backside help. All right, go 1-3-1. We should go. We should have and whoever's at the top of the 1-3-1 should stay full court so they can't roll the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just to be down there. But we definitely should not like come out and because I'm not worried about us not being able to stay in front of them. I am worried about them calling the foul for them, and they're in the double bonus. That's what I'm worried about. Yelling 13, 13, 13. You know, that would have been me on the sideline. 13, 13 on the make. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Listen, we're supposed to do a post game show today. Hey, looks like we're doing a watch along. You know what I'm saying? Currently, it's tied up. Both teams are in the double bonus, 14.1 seconds. Again, you may be ahead of me if you are. Just don't put it in the comments so I can actually see it. You know what I'm saying? Stat guy talking to you. Uh, if you're watching YouTube or Facebook, man, hit that like button, man. This is Rebound at the Stage. Your boy, Coach I. You know what I'm saying? Part of the Respect the Hedges family, man, trying to bring you some Georgia basketball content, you know what I'm saying, on this Georgia sports channel where we talk mostly Georgia football on Respect the Hedges, but this Rebound at the Steg we started this year trying to cover some of the dogs. Hoops, you know what I'm saying? Try to come on and give us a post-game reaction. Most of the times, I know it's a bit late on the East Coast, but I feel I missed the Auburn game. Had some, I think I was hanging out with family. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get on to do the Arkansas game and I'm going to try to get on to do, make sure you join us. We'll do a post game after the Florida game. You know what I'm saying? So offensive rebounds, Arkansas has definitely been winning. All right. So look, even if we're doing a 1-3-1, well, Arkansas didn't take advantage to try to roll it. Who got the Shane Montgomery in there? Okay. He got, I don't, who's that a foul on? On who? Who is that a foul on? Please tell me. He was already falling. And we already, I think we only get one challenge. Did we challenge earlier when Oh God, where is the foul? Please tell me where the foul is. Who fouled him? Who fouled him? He was falling on his own. Oh my God. He was falling on his own. He was already falling and Demery didn't hit him. I gotta learn about challenges and reviews and stuff like that. Do we get those in college? And if so, did we already use ours? They called it on Newell. You said they called it on Newell because they hit shins. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, looks like Arkansas is gonna get there first. Dub, this guy right here has been good from the free throw line. Is this number 11? Oh yeah, he's hit all his free throws today. Newell's fouled out. What is he doing? If it's on Newell, then he's fouled out. That could have been on Newell's, that guy. They called it on Silas Demery, who didn't actually touch the guy. Or they're just giving him a time to sub it out. Okay, I was about to say. Of course, we lose to Arkansas. And I got to do my live stream with my guy Hall Wild. I know he's happy right now on Sunday at 7. It's crazy, dog. It's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Oh, boy. Well, there's that. There's that. You know what I'm saying? We lose to Arkansas 68-65. And I'm going to be honest with you. I get the foul trouble hurt us at the end. They are offensive rebounds for Arkansas. Definitely hurt us. Definitely hurt us. But I'm telling you, I just I'm not in love with the lineup patterns that we have. Yeah, that effort of the last, yes, that effort on the last free throw sums up the last 12. Actually, it was 13, like 13 to 14 minutes of the game. And I feel like, some of our momentum was stifled by our coaching staff because of how we sub. Like right there. Like, so as a coach, you say step in and box out the shooter. So Deshane Montgomery says, apparently, I got shooter. He steps over to say he has the shooter, but he doesn't actually box out the shooter. Like just stepping over isn't, what I'm saying, going to do it. I had a feeling they was going to get it. See, now we're in a must-win situation against Florida, or else we're 2-4 right now in the SEC. And I get it. We're 14-5 overall. We got some win, a big win over Kentucky, big win over Oklahoma, ranked Oklahoma team, big win over St. John's. But at some point that starts to wear off. And now we're in the bottom half. Actually, I think we're in the bottom fourth of the conference, if I'm thinking right. South Carolina is 0-6, Arkansas is 1-5, and I think it may be 2 or 3 teams that are 2-4. So, I mean, what are we doing here? We got to figure this thing out, man. Like, we can't play. Okay, so right now, I'm telling you who all played today. In a game that we lost by 3, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We played 11 people. 1, 2, 3. We only got 15 people. Like that rotation in itself will not allow you to stay in any kind of rhythm. Any kind of rhythm. Now, at the end, part of that was foul trouble. But again, nothing against the guys that I'm saying shouldn't get more minutes. But again, like for Montgomery, if he's not scoring, his minutes decrease. That's how that works. Because that's what he brings to this team. He's a guy who's streaky, and when he gets high, he can go for 20. We saw it in the non-conference. since conference play has started. We haven't seen that. He was our second leading scorer coming into conference play behind Asa Newell. LaFleur was our third. LaFleur shot it, but he just didn't hit it. Like Montgomery didn't even get his shots off tonight. Blue Kane was in the rhythm earlier in the game, and we took him out. Then he came back in like for an extended period of time. Like he was actually hot. Again, he hit 8 points in a span of, I don't know, five possessions. He hit 8 straight points. And then we just sub him because that's what our pattern says. Okay, it's 10 minutes to go. It's the first TV timeout. Let's make a sub. Like we got to get out of that. Like and you guys know Stat Guy's my guy, on a lot of my YouTube stuff. Stat Guy's my assistant coach, and he knows, like, why are we subbing if this guy is not in foul trouble? If there's a starter out there, unless he's getting cooked on defense, if he's playing like he always plays, if he's not tired and he's not in foul trouble, why is he coming off the floor? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you try to sub to get a better matchup, you know what I'm saying, whether it be you want more defense on the floor or you want more offense on the floor. And I guess, with Montgomery, of course, when he comes in the game, we want more offense on the floor. But in conference play, we played 6 conference games as of now. I'm willing to bet, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm willing to bet he's averaging less than 7 points in conference play. In conference play. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. And then in the second half, our defensive rebounding was atrocious. They had 20, I want to say, going into like the last 7 minutes of the game, Arkansas had 25 second chance points, which for them was a season high at the time. And I don't know how many they finished with. Check us out on Sunday on the Fan Addict Sports Network, man. Me and my boy Hog Wild podcast. He's an Arkansas fan. We do a live stream Sundays called In the Paint SEC Basketball, where we talk all SEC basketball. And of course, we talk Arkansas basketball and Georgia basketball. So this game is definitely going to be a topic, that we talk about. So I don't know, man. We've got to figure that out. Too many bodies hitting the floor. There is no championship team out there where 11 people play significant minutes. Can't name one. We just won the gold medal, and Jason Tatum barely played. There was like at least 5 people, at least 4 people on that team that barely played. And we're talking about all stars here. On a team that doesn't have all stars, there's no way an 11-man rotation is going to win you good games against good teams. It's just not. Because, again, you got to let people get in the rotation. And then when there's a guy that's hot, a.k.a. Blue Kane in the first half, Asa Newell, and we got to have that mindset as well. Like Asa Newell went 3 possessions where he was killing them. He got an offensive rebound, put back. We gave it to him. He backed the guy down, baby hook. Gave it to him, went around the guy, layup, whatever. The next time we come down, it's like, well, not next time, but a couple of possessions later, he's backing the guy down, drop steps, his defender falls. Santo Ciril's diving to the basket, but there's a guy on the floor in front of him, and we try to throw the lob to Santo Ciril and then turn it over. All right, if Asa Newell, if you're cooking, your guy falls, shoot the little baby. It's not even a floater because you're at the block and you're 7 foot tall. Just put it in the basket. What are we doing at the end there? Silas, I don't know what, I'm not privy to what they're calling in the huddle before we come back out. We take a timeout, we come back out. Silas gets it. He drives. He has nothing to do with the ball. But on his left side, we got RJ Godfrey standing kind of at the wing, and number 44 is kind of helping off on Silas. Give the ball to RJ Godfrey. He's the guy that's been cooking his man one-on-one. Why wouldn't we do that? Again, we try to X and O everything. Sometimes it's just finding the best matchup. We got a guy that's killing your guy, so we're going to keep giving it to our guy until you make a change. Until you make a change, we're going to keep doing that. That's what we do. Basketball is like this. It's that simple. I mean, it's that's like that in any team sport. You try to find the best matchup. Okay, thanks, Stat Guy. I appreciate that. Montgomery's got 27 points in 6 conference games. And he's a defensive liability. So why is he getting so many minutes? And then at one point our lineup was Ty Lawrence, Blue Kane before he fouled out, Deshane Montgomery, Justin Apson, and Dylan James. At one point, for about 3 minutes straight, that's the five that we had on the floor. At no point in any game should that ever be the five that you have on the floor unless there's foul trouble. Again, Deshane Montgomery, yes, he has a scorer's mentality, but he's not consistent as a scorer. So in that case, Blue Kane can score, but he's a shooter, and he's not out there to he's out there to get the open shot, drive when he needs to, but he's not the hey, let's run the offense through Blue Kane type of guy. So you got nobody we're running the offense through. 5 people. And you don't have a true ball handler out there. Yes, Tyler Lawrence can handle the ball, but he can't. There shouldn't be a possession in a tight game where Silas Demery and or LaFew is not in the game. Those are our 2 point guards. Those are 2 primary ball handlers. They should always, one of them should always be on the floor, man. I'm interested to see what we do. And then, I'm not a fan of our offensive sets that we run, the high ball, the give it to the post at the elbow or the high elbow, you know what I'm saying? And then run the handoff. If we don't get the handoff, we try to do the banana curl around under the basket to see if we can get them open. I'm not a fan of doing that every single time. Like that's every single time. That's what we're doing. We had a few possessions in the first half where we played in the Florida game. We got some early offensive points. We played better like that. One time, LaFew, I think it was LaFew. It was LaFew. LaFew, we was running our offense. LaFew comes off of the we did a ball screen. He got the ball on the wing. We set a high ball screen for him. He dribbles to the top aggressively, comes off, and the closest defender is at the free throw line, and we don't shoot the 3 right there. Best 3-point shooter on the team, and we don't shoot the 3. Like that has to be a mindset there. Like hand down, man down. Like I get it. We run through it and run through it and run through. You can't set everybody to death. You can't offensive. That hurt us against Tennessee. Tennessee plays super aggressive defense. I watched them do it to I want to say Mississippi State the other day. They play super aggressive on ball defense, getting in passing lanes and getting tips on passes, getting hands in passing lanes, getting a hand on your shot, like contested shots. You can't X and O out of a team that can do that at an elite level. You got to, at some point, have somebody that can put the ball on the floor and go get a basket on a consistent basis. And have that mentality at least to back them off. And once you back them off, then you can run some of your sets. You can't always just like, let's keep running the set. Let's keep running the set. Let's keep running the set. You got to have some in the floor of the game plays at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, Tennessee killed us, but they did some in the floor of the game stuff. They realized that we was bad at playing defense on the high ball screen. So they set a high ball screen, and the point guard would come off the high ball screen with our guard trailing him. He'd get our guard on his hip, on his backside, play off of that, and then once our big guy steps up, just lob it over us for an easy lay. That's not an offense. That's just filling the game, saying, okay, they can't stop it, so let's keep doing it. That's literally what it is. I had an assistant ask me one time, he said, so our objective is just to pick on the weaker kid? You damn straight. We find the weaker kid and we exploit it to no end until the other coach makes an adjustment. That's what you do. At this rate, we have to go 500 in conference because I think we were 12 and let's see, we've lost 4 conference games. I mean, we got 4 or 5 losses, 4 in conference. So we was 12-1 going into conference, maybe 13. Yeah, 12-1 going into conference. That's not good enough if we don't go and get at least, 8 of these wins out of the 16 conference. I think we played 16 conference games. So we got to go 8-8. We're already 2-4. Not good. Not with Florida upcoming, and I think at some point we got to play Bama and Mississippi State. And none of these games are give me. I don't care if they're not ranked. Not ranked. Texas isn't ranked. That's not a give me. South Carolina isn't ranked. That's not a gimme. Vandy isn't ranked. That's not a gimme. None of these games are gimme. SEC is literally littered with good teams top to bottom this year, and there is no, hey, we'll just make it up on the back end. Like, again, you got to figure this out. It's some guys that didn't play good here, but we need to stress that as the coaching staff. Again, I don't know what the mindset is when it comes with the subs, but we got to find the best 8 people We should be playing about 8 people consistently. 9 and 10 get in the game when there's foul trouble, like absolute foul trouble, meaning like, okay, RJ Godfrey and Sumpto Surreal are in foul trouble. So now we need to play absent. Now we need to play Dylan James. And I'm not saying anything bad about those players, but they just aren't obviously they aren't as good as the other 3 because the other 3 take up a good portion of the minutes. But those guys shouldn't. That's just how it is. And maybe it's the NIL era. We're trying to keep everybody, so you're trying to play everybody, that type of thing. I don't know. But hey, if you're one of the replay watchers, we'll call it. I'm steal this from one of my content creators, the replay game. You know what I'm saying? If you're the replay game, you're watching this on replay. Let me know what you think the Dogs need to change so that we could get back on track in conference play, because having a great out of conference record, I mean, it's not good enough to get us to the tournament. At this rate, honestly, listen, we're currently, as it stands on January 22nd, we're not even on track to make the NIT, because if you go by the trend, we're 2-4, and it doesn't get any easier. Again, we got Florida this Saturday. We need to regroup. Let me see where we played the Florida game at. Florida, Georgia, basketball. We play them Saturday at Florida. Is anybody out there thinking that's going to be easier? You know, not that this would have been an easy win anyway. Not anybody thinking that's going to be an easy win? No, that's what I'm saying. So we'll see how it goes, man. Let us know. Let me know again. Let me know what you think we need to do to get this thing fixed in Athens. Again, I think Mike White's the guy, but I think every staff has their flaws, and I think one of their biggest flaws leads to other problems is their substitution patterns. So let me know what you think it is and what we can do to fix it. It's your boy, Coach I. This is Rebound at the Steg, giving you a post-game reaction. Today it was more like a watch-along, but trying to give you a post-game reaction to most stuff. Joey Bet, what's going on, man? Well, we won't. Joey see it. Joey see it. Listen, I said before game 1 of the SEC play, I said we got to at least go 500, meaning we had to go 8-8. We are 2-4. That's all I'm saying. We're 2-4. We got to win 6 more games. We got to go 6 for 10, and the schedule does not want to be on our side for this. So at this point, you know, I'll keep it going a little bit longer. Joy, what do you think we need to do? I think substitution patterns. We're playing too many people. What do you think? What do you think we need to do? Like, one of my problems, I don't know if you've been you know, we started kind of like a watch along. Supposed to be a post game show, but since it was you know, close, I guess it ran a little long. I think we need to cut down our rotation. We play 11 guys on a regular basis. That's no championship team, no contending team, no elite team, no above average team plays 11 people. That's way too many people. We play 5 post players and 6 guards. Like we eight people when it's crucial. 8-man rotation. Listen, I'm telling you, watch any top contending team. 8-man rotation. When you playing the games against teams in out of conference again, like Buffalo, like the Chattanoogas, you can do your 11-man rotation. You know why? Because it's early in the season. You're trying to find your rotation. At this point in the season, we've played 19 games. We know our rotation. It's not 11 people. I don't think so. Don't know what happened to Montgomery. Looked like he was going to be great. Right. So I was talking about that earlier. In out of conference play, he was our second leading scorer. A couple of games, I want to say one game he scored like 20 something, and then like he's an erratic scorer. He's a streaky scorer, but that's what he's on the team for, to score. As a coach, if your scorer, who is a liability on defense, isn't scoring, he is a liability to the team. Ergo, his minutes decrease. Lawrence can play defense. He doesn't score a lot. He could. He just doesn't have a scorer's mentality. But he's on the court to play defense. So if you got a choice between a guy who's an offensive guy who is a defensive liability, who's not scoring, and the guy who actually can stay in front of a guy, you play the guy who starts and stays in front of a guy. Free throws, yes. I hate to stick on Montgomery, but Montgomery and RJ. I mean, RJ Godfrey and something else surreal. I don't expect them to be great. You know what I'm saying, from the free throw line, but a guard. Our guards, I expect better than 67% from guard play. But yes, free throws killed us last Saturday against Auburn. We lost. You lost by 2, but we was 9 for 20 from the free throw line. But what can help free throws too? Getting in rhythm. Getting in rhythm, meaning you're on the floor when you're not in foul trouble. We don't sub just to sub. That's an NBA thing. Hey, let's sub, man. It's the first TV timeout, trying to make a sub, trying to sit LeBron. Even some of the NBA players hate it. But I mean, of course, they got to do what the coach says. You know what I'm saying? They do timely sub. They come into a game plan and say, okay, at this minute mark, we're gonna make a sub to these 2 players. This is how our rotation is gonna be into the last 5 minutes of the game, and then we're gonna play the best players. We cannot do that. We're not excellent enough that we're beating people by 20 and we can just sub freely like that. So, hey man, tune in to me. I'll be back for a post game. I hope it's a post game reaction for a win over Florida Saturday. The game runs a little bit long. I'll set it. Let's see what time we play them. We play them at 7 p.m. on Saturday, so game should be over around 9:15. I'll come on at 9:15 and we'll give our thoughts on what we saw from the refs. Definitely didn't give us any help at the end. Like we couldn't box. Like Blue Kane's last 3 fouls came on box outs. They said he was holding each time. I guess the last foul that fouled him out, he got pushed. One of the Arkansas players pushed him into another Arkansas player, and he got a foul called him. So yeah. So yeah, they didn't help us down the stretch. Appreciate you joining in, Joy. Don't know if you're part of the podcast, but hey man, it's all Georgia all the time here at Respect the Hedges on the Respect the Hedges channel. This is Rebound at the Steg, the Georgia basketball podcast, which is part of the Respect the Hedges family. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're on YouTube, and subscribe to the channel. Tell another dog fan so we can come in here and talk about it, man. Again, I do like Mike White leading our program, but I do think every staff could use some improvements. And one of my biggest improvements, he's put a great team together. Finally got a total basketball team. But one of my improvements is the substitution pattern. Let me know what you think. If you're in the replay game, watching this on replay, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll go from there, man. Till next time, as always, man, it's go Dogs.